Hey there, Virgo. I am doing a reading for you. These are timeless readings for really whoever finds it, but I am titling it a Virgo reading, thinking of it from that perspective. So thanks for joining me. Let's see what's going on.
Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can stay connected with future messages. Now, let's see what love is bringing towards you. So, let me talk about something interesting here. The title mentions high profile energy, and I want to explore what that actually means in this reflection. Imagine the concept of someone who carries significant presence, not necessarily fame, but weight, influence, impact. The kind of person who shifts the energy when they enter a room. Some people encounter individuals like this, and it changes their entire understanding of what connection can look like. Let's explore this energy. This reflection invites you to consider what happens when you cross paths with someone who operates on a different level, someone accomplished, established, carrying themselves with quiet authority. You may recognize this as the feeling of meeting someone and immediately sensing this person is different, not better, just different. Can feel like suddenly being aware of your own presence, how you hold yourself, how you speak, what you project, because they're holding a mirror up without trying to. Some people describe this as both exciting and intimidating, like being seen by someone who actually knows how to look. Hold on, let me sit with this. This reflection offers the image of two people operating in different orbits and those orbits beginning to overlap, not through force, through natural gravitational pull. Imagine what it feels like when someone who doesn't need to impress anyone finds you impressive. When someone who has options chooses to focus on you. Some people experience this as disorienting at first, like, why me? What do they see that I'm not seeing? This reflection invites you to consider that maybe you're operating at a level you haven't fully recognized yet, that your own presence carries more weight than you've acknowledged. Um, Picture someone who's accomplished looking at you as an equal, not looking down, not looking up, straight across. Can feel like being invited into a different conversation entirely, where small talk doesn't exist, where surface level doesn't satisfy, where depth is the starting point, not the destination. This reflection offers the possibility of encountering someone who challenges you intellectually, who matches you energetically, who doesn't need you to shrink or expand to fit them. Let me slow down here. Imagine a situation where someone with significant responsibilities, career demands, public presence, high expectations, still makes space for connection, not leftover space. Intentional space. Some people describe this as recognizing when someone's actually present with you, not distracted, not half there, fully engaged. You may notice the quality of attention someone gives, the way they listen, the questions they ask, the silence they're comfortable holding, can feel like finally being seen at your actual depth, not the version you perform, the version that exists underneath. This reflection invites you to consider what it means to be chosen by someone who's highly selective. Not chosen because you're convenient, not chosen because you're available, chosen because something in you resonates with something in them that they rarely encounter. Some people experience this as validation, like, okay, I'm not imagining my own worth. Someone who knows quality recognizes it here. Hold on. This reflection offers the image of someone apologizing in the title. I'm sorry. Imagine what that apology might represent. Perhaps someone recognizing they misjudged you initially. Perhaps someone acknowledging they kept you at distance when you deserved proximity. Perhaps someone admitting they didn't move fast enough and now they're trying to correct that. Can feel like watching someone humble themselves, not out of desperation, out of recognition. This reflection invites you to sit with the possibility of someone powerful choosing vulnerability with you, choosing honesty over image, choosing connection over control. Let me explore this further. Some people describe high profile individuals as guarded, protective of their energy, careful with their trust, slow to open, because they've learned that people often want access to what they represent rather than who they are. This reflection offers the question, what happens when someone like that senses you're different? That you see them, not their status, that you're interested in the human, not the highlight reel. You may recognize this if someone's been testing you subtly, watching how you respond to their accomplishments, whether you're impressed or intimidated or genuinely unbothered. Can feel like being observed in ways you don't fully notice, like they're assessing whether you can handle their world, whether you'd fit or feel out of place, whether you'd stay yourself or try to become something else. This reflection invites you to consider your own groundedness in these moments. Some people remain so rooted in who they are that external status doesn't shake them. They meet everyone at the same level, human to human. That quality is magnetic to people who are tired of being treated like symbols. Imagine being the person someone can just be normal around. No performance, no pressure, no pedestal. Can feel like offering someone relief without trying to, just by being genuinely yourself. This reflection offers the image of someone carrying heavy responsibility everywhere they go and finding one space where they can set it down, where they're just a person wanting connection like anyone else. Hold on. Let me sit with this energy. Some people experience attraction to high profile individuals and immediately talk themselves out of it. They're out of my league. They could have anyone. Why would they choose me? This reflection invites you to question those narratives, to consider that league is a construct, that compatibility isn't about matching status. It's about matching energy, values, vision. You may find that someone accomplished is drawn to you precisely because you're not trying to match their external life. You're just living yours fully. And that fullness, that completeness in yourself, that's what catches their attention. Can feel like being pursued for your groundedness rather than your flexibility, for your boundaries rather than your accommodation, for your self-possession rather than your willingness to orbit them. This reflection offers the possibility of someone recognizing this person doesn't need me to complete them. They're whole already, which means choosing me would be genuine, not compensatory. Some people find that deeply attractive. The idea of being wanted, not needed, chosen, not clung to. Let me slow down here. This reflection invites you to consider what shifts when you stop seeing yourself as less than anyone. Not arrogantly, just factually. You bring what you bring, they bring what they bring. Both valuable, both worthy, both complete. You may notice how differently you carry yourself when you're not trying to prove worthiness. When you're just existing in your own value, can feel like standing taller without effort, like breathing easier in spaces that used to make you self-conscious. This reflection offers the image of walking into a room and belonging there simply because you decided you do. Some people describe high-profile connections as complicated, and they can be different schedules, different demands, different worlds intersecting. This reflection doesn't romanticize that. It simply invites you to consider whether complexity is something you're equipped to navigate, whether you want to um, imagine someone offering you access to a different kind of life, more visibility, more scrutiny, more logistics, but also more resources, more experiences, more expansion, can feel like standing at a threshold. One side is familiar, comfortable, predictable. The other side is unknown, challenging, possibility filled. This reflection invites you to be honest about which side calls to you, not which side you think you should choose, which side actually resonates. Hold on. This reflection offers the image of someone powerful being gentle with you, not condescending, not patronizing, just gentle, because they recognize strength doesn't require harshness. That influence doesn't require dominance, that they can hold their power and your autonomy simultaneously. Some people experience this as refreshing, like finally encountering someone who doesn't need to diminish you to feel big, who can celebrate your light without feeling threatened by it, who sees your growth as complementary rather than competitive. You may recognize the feeling of being encouraged rather than managed, supported rather than controlled, witnessed rather than directed. Can feel like breathing room inside connection. Like you can expand and they expand with you rather than trying to contain you. This reflection invites you to notice whether someone's presence makes you feel smaller or larger, whether their world has space for yours or requires yours to shrink. Let me explore the apology aspect again. This reflection offers multiple interpretations of I'm sorry, perhaps regret for not recognizing you sooner, perhaps acknowledgement of moving too cautiously, perhaps admission of underestimating the connection. Imagine someone used to being right, discovering they were wrong about something important about you, about what you mean, about what's possible here. Can feel like watching someone's certainty crack open, watching them admit they don't have it all figured out, that you surprise them, that they're navigating unfamiliar territory now. Some people find that vulnerability from someone usually composed deeply moving, like being trusted with their uncertainty. Um, this reflection invites you to consider what you do with that trust, how you hold someone's vulnerability when they rarely show it, whether you weaponize it or honor it, whether you exploit the opening or respect it. You may find your own character revealed in these moments, not by what you say, by what you choose to do with access. Can feel like being given a test you didn't ask for, but how you navigate it matters. This reflection offers the image of someone watching how you treat them when their guard is down and deciding based on that whether to keep lowering it. Hold on, let's sit here. Some people experience high profile connections and immediately start performing, trying to be impressive, trying to be worthy, trying to be enough. This reflection invites you to consider the opposite approach, just being yourself, unapologetically, fully, consistently. Imagine someone finding that more impressive than any performance could be. You may notice that authenticity stands out in a world of curation. That realness is rare in spaces full of image. That someone navigating constant performance might crave genuine, like oxygen, Can feel like being valued for the exact thing you worried wasn't enough. Your ordinariness, your groundedness, your lack of pretense. This reflection offers the possibility that what you think is plain is actually precious to someone drowning in artifice. Let me slow down here. This reflection doesn't promise you a high profile person. It doesn't claim someone specific is approaching. It simply invites you to explore the energy of significant connection, of encountering someone operating at a level that expands your understanding, whether that person has public profile or private power or internal magnitude. You may recognize this energy in various forms. Someone accomplished in their field, someone influential in their community, someone who's done deep internal work and carries that wisdom. High profile isn't just about external recognition, it's about presence, impact, depth. Can feel like meeting someone and knowing immediately they've lived full lives. This reflection invites you to prepare not by changing yourself, but by deepening into yourself, by becoming so rooted in your own value that external validation becomes optional, by cultivating the kind of presence that matches anyone's at the level of essence. Some people find that the most magnetic thing they can do is absolutely nothing. Just be. Just exist. Just trust their enoughness. Take a breath. This reflection offers the image of you already being high profile in your own right, maybe not publicly, but in terms of the energy you carry, the impact you have on people who truly see you, the way you change rooms just by being in them. Imagine recognizing your own magnitude, not waiting for someone else to confirm it, just knowing it. Can feel like standing in your power without announcement, like holding your worth without defense, like being available for extraordinary connection because you already know you're extraordinary. This reflection invites you to meet anyone, high profile or otherwise, as an equal, not from arrogance, from truth. Take what resonates here, softly release the rest, and trust that whatever connection is aligned for you will recognize you exactly as you are.